It's Friday. It's September 4th. May the September the 4th be with you. Hi, it's September 4th. It's the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show coming at you live on govsradio.com. Govsradio.com is the website. We have, of course, the Facebook page, the YouTube channel, and if you have a smart TV, a smart device like a Roku Fire Stick, an Apple TV, Smart TV, all that smart stuff, you can download an app called Boxcast, and with that app you can watch all the great Govs radio shows right there on your TV. As our friends Dr. Ken Pichelle and Dr. Don Sill say, we on TV! Hope everybody's well. Hope everybody's enjoying their Friday. It's hot out there.
Ooh, my hair's blowing like I was Farrah Fawcett. Wait. Oh, wait. Can I do the Bionic Woman in here?
Sallie was definitely in the sun way too long yesterday.
Yeah, I'm like a tomato head. Look at me. I match my shirt.
A tomato head?
I'm a tomato head.
All right, let's do the ads. We'll get them out of the way, and then we'll get going with our show here. The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by Bella Vista Pizza.
Bella Vista Pizza.
154 Minetto Hill Road in Plainview. Best pizza around. 516-433-4464. Bella Vista Pizza. Head on over there. Tell them Knockem Dead Comedy Radio sent you, and you'll get a free garlic knot. What are you doing?
Well, I'm having trouble sharing because sometimes it doesn't come up, so I'm giving it another shot. Just carry on. I got it.
I know. Well, you did. You're like all messed up. Yeah, Bella Vista Pizza. Head on over to Bella Vista Pizza in Plainview, 154 Minetto Hill Road. Of course, the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by Roslyn Social, located in the heart of Roslyn Village at 1363 Old Nolan Boulevard. Hoping everyone is staying safe out there through these difficult times. To try and ease you and your family through, we are open for takeout, curbside, pickup, delivery, and of course the rooftop lounge.
Chinook and Jimmy Cotton's watching.
They're good to know. I'm in the middle of an
It's gonna be one of those.
They're on your favorite food service apps. Give them a call, 516-801-4963, and say hi to Nick. 516-801-4963, and say hi to Nick. Again, we hope you're all staying safe, and we certainly look forward to serving you in person. Our famous cocktails and desserts are available to go as well. Thank you from Roslyn Social, North Shore's premier rooftop lounge. Check out our to-go curbside menu. The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body, who has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Two Eagles Auto Body handles foreign and domestic automobiles and motorcycles using such techniques as state-of-the-art paint spray booths and computer color matching. In the event of an accident, Two Eagles Auto Body has their own tow trucks and will walk you through the process from start to finish. From tow through insurance process to return of your vehicle, we are with you. So please call Two Eagles Auto Body at 516-328-2527, located in New Hyde Park, Long Island. Again, we are Two Eagles Auto Body. Please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527, 516-328-2527. And, of course, don't forget teespring.com. That's where you can get all your favorite Govs Radio swag. The T-shirts, the hats, the masks, the mugs, all that great stuff. Govs Radio swag. You can get your favorite Govs Radio show on your swag as well. We appreciate any support that you give us on teespring.com, for the money goes to the studio and the station, and it's the only way we make any money currently through this pandemic, since there's not much, there's no way we can't really advertise well. So Teespring's the only way we're making money, trying to get things going in the studio. Big plans in the studio, trying to improve the studio, the technology in the studio, the content of our shows, bigger and better guests. We got all sorts of stuff happening there. So go to teespring.com and order your Govs Radio swag. Take a picture of yourself with the Govs Radio swag, and we will send you free passes to any of the Governor's comedy clubs when they open back up. 3 comedy clubs, 5 stages. Go to govs.com to check out their schedule, what's happening, all the latest with this, with the mess of being shut down and whatnot. Go to govs.com to find out what's cooking. So, and please like and share our show. Hit the hearts, hit the likes, and please share it to all the pages you can find out there.
Yeah, if you could share it today, it'd help a lot because it's not working for me.
Oh, I believe the word you said was, I got it.
It's really going to be one of those days. I can just, it's in the air, reek of it.
And speaking, and we appreciate
being a-
liking and sharing and spreading the word about all the great Govs radio shows here. So speaking of Govs.com and all, we were here. Give me a stab at that thing. What'd you do? Shut it off?
Well, I was throwing it, I was going to my Facebook because it wasn't showing up on yours. So I did copy and paste on yours, and then I went to the mirror groups I have on mine that aren't as many as yours. That's where we are, folks. So yeah, if you could share it on your page, that would be really helpful. I felt like a little tired from yesterday. We had like a big day yesterday here. What'd you do? What'd you do? Tell me what you did.
I'm not telling you.
No, tell me. You don't
Did
know,
you-
do you?
I do know, but
Tell me.
I'll tell you after.
I did them all.
You said you just
Well, these I have on mine. So you're just redoing what I did.
this one,
The mom's group
that one,
did it.
that one,
No.
that one.
No. Yes. Yes.
Oh, that one.
No.
This one.
Yes. This is just fascinating to people. I did that one.
Oh.
Did that one. Maybe not. I think so. Yeah, I think that's it. Hi, sorry about that.
So
It's a pain when it doesn't. What'd you do? Tell me what you did.
I went to mine and hit share from me.
Ah, okay. Thanks, I'll remember that. Or I won't. Because it'll be the weekend. By the time we're back again, I'll not remember.
You did the Knockem Dead?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did all that stuff
page?
first.
Okay.
Hoping that it'll come back.
So, all right. Hi, everybody. Joan Krupiesh is watching. Jeff Bosey.
Your mommy's watching.
My mommy. Oh, yeah, right from over there. Tim Saliani wants to know if we are as sunburned as he is.
Yeah, it's awful. Like, speaking, I may be just slightly more Irish than Tony. Just.
No, I'm Italian. By osmosis. Because I was just raised Italian and...
I knew this would bother you. The ancestry.
But I don't even burn like
You're
you
red.
Irish people.
You're red.
I'm red, but I'm
You're
not in
not that
pain.
much-
I'm not sunburned. This is just...
You're as red as I am.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, and what did?
But I'm not in pain. You were complaining yesterday, and you were like, "I don't feel good."
Yeah, I felt like
I
I
was
had a
fine.
little-
I still now I don't feel a
sun
thing.
poisoning. I felt
Yeah.
like an hour before we left because we were out in the sun from 10:30 to 3, and about an hour because I
3?
I put
We left there. Really, we left there at 3.
yeah. I tried to leave, as you might imagine. I
No,
tried
I'm
to leave
gonna-
hours before.
No,
but
we
Chatty
no.
Cathy over here.
Nope, we left there earlier than that. Because you had to be home by 4 at
Right.
4 for something, and we ran an errand after we left.
Oh,
there.
that's right. We got home at the house at 3.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, here's your one time you're right all week, but so really enjoy it.
I should have bet you a quarter.
But yeah, your face is as red as mine. You just won't admit it because you won't admit.
No,
how
I am
Irish
admitting
you
it.
are.
I am admitting it. But I wasn't. Afterwards, I was like, I'm in pain. I feel sick.
I felt a little.
You're still off, and that doesn't
nauseated.
happen. That doesn't happen to me. My skin gets weird when it doesn't get sun. I don't know what I'm talking about. I want to know though, how is Tim Saliani asking if we're as sunburned as him? This guy showed up with a hat and a sweatshirt and long pants. He was exposed from like here out.
Yeah, he definitely had.
And then he had that Hannibal Lecter mask on. So he was exposed from here on out, from here on up.
Yeah, but his face got it.
And the little hole in his pants. How can he be burnt?
Why are you looking at holes in his pants?
Because we were making fun of his wardrobe yesterday and noticed the hole in his pants. I said, "Oh, that's how he's getting ventilation." Yeah, see, even Andy Plagano says it. What small strip of exposed skin could have possibly burned? Right.
I know, he was definitely dressed for, late November. But yesterday was fun. We got to hang with Rich Rada. Rich Rada said that your head was so red, you looked like a glass of strawberry milk.
Mo Meltz, hello Mo Meltz. She said that she got a stupid-looking sunburn yesterday.
Yep.
What does that mean?
Meaning, like, if your clothes are in a certain, like I'm like here.
Oh, like a
but not
farmer
there.
tan. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, this is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Look at the difference.
I feel really stupid because I know better, and I've worn, I've worn
Stupid.
face, cream since I think since I was like 20, just to be careful of this stuff. So I feel really dumb. I'm a dumbass.
Susan Spano Tartaglione, Spicy Psychic, says, hope you have a wonderful Labor Day weekend.
Fun with your hubby yesterday.
Yeah, she said, let's get together soon.
He's
Absolutely.
so nice.
Andy Plajanis' daughter called it a pep rally yesterday. Hello, Dr. Kent Pichelle. You guys are looking at Tony's phone like you're checking. Oh. Irish isn't a nationality, it's a skin disease. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely a fun time yesterday. There wasn't the purpose of being there, but like Joan Croupier yesterday, she said it was like being on the red carpet, with our show yesterday as we welcomed in, various people that hung out. So yeah, thank you to Rich Rada, thank you to Andy Plajanos, thank you Tim Saliani, the three of them, and of course Andy's daughters. They hung out with us for the bulk of the show.
Michelle Fox
stopped by. Thomas Ozzy Osbourne, and of course Anthony Rodia stopped by, which was great.
He sat in for like 20 minutes. Yeah, that was cool.
He's always generous with us to us with his time, and like we have mentioned before, he is coming back to Govs Radio once the studio is ready. So we're very excited about that. So yeah, it was an important event. For the club and for the comedians, because everybody's livelihood is being affected. A lot of people may not think about that. They just think, it's just a silly comedy club. But no, a lot of people are making a living. The staff at the club and the comedians, they're all making a living there.
And, governors, they do, because I worked in a bunch of restaurants when I was a, kid going through college. And I can tell you, when you work in a restaurant, you know how the staff is treated. First of all, there's a high turnover rate. And so every time you go to a restaurant, you get a different waiter. These guys, they are there for years and years and years because, their governors treats them well. And then all of a sudden this happens and bad things happen.
We thank all the local politicians who stopped by as well. There were several of them.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, and of course some help from people like Anthony Cumia, which was cool to see. So it was an important event for those of us who are affected by it. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. You're hanging out with comedians. Of course, it's going to be fun.
They had pizza.
And it was good pizza.
It was good pizza. But Calda?
Yeah, Calda Pizza in Levittown.
Yeah, they're really
Which
good
is one
pizza.
right here in Hicksville. There's one down in Massapequa by you.
Yeah, they really, they're not our sponsor by any means, but they definitely do, they fresh ingredients all the time,
And of course, Professor Fedora was there, which was amazing. That was the first time we met him. So it was good to meet him, and we made his video this week. Because there's no Pasusu tomorrow.
Oh, no.
Calm down.
Oh,
Calm down. No Pasusu tomorrow. Because of the Labor Day weekend.
They're so lazy. Really?
That's right. It's labor. It's about work.
Why do I have to work on Monday?
Because we get better numbers when people are home for the holidays.
I want, maybe Don would get better numbers on Saturday if he worked.
Well, I'll contact his agent and let him know, hey, we have an issue here. Maybe it's a contract violation or something.
If I have to work, everyone has to work.
If I have to work, I'm
I have
going
to
to
work.
work. Danielle Asher was there. Hello, Danielle Asher.
Yeah, it was good to see Danielle. I haven't seen Danielle in 1,000 years.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, we just saw
been a
her
really long time.
at Keegan's show. She was there.
Oh, yeah, but I didn't really get to see
Yeah,
her,
we didn't
so.
sit with her. We didn't talk to her much. So yeah, that was fun. We had a great time. Eric Tartaglione was hanging out with. You know who we had fun with too was Goomba Johnny.
Yeah, he's funny.
He
John.
was like.
He's funny.
I felt like I was one of the a kid in the school in this classroom sitting in the back, listening to the kid that throws out his sneaky little comments under his breath, and you're sitting in the back to hee laugh. Like, that was him.
Yeah.
He had constant commentary on whoever was up at the mic speaking.
There were a couple of people one of the state senators, or was it a state senator or a state congressman? Who was the guy with the really high pitched voice?
Oh, I don't know who that guy was. I
Okay,
forgot about
and
that.
I felt so bad for him because like my first thought as a mom, I always think about things as mom first. Like, how can I help? Now these idiots, here's an example of like the difference between like a mom and a comic. So like I'm like standing like really kind of far back, so I'm watching like all these comics they're so funny. It's like I feel really thankful that I get to hang around with these idiots all the time because they're so funny. But they're in front of me, so here's like from my mom perspective. This guy gets up and he's like really passionate. He gets up and first of all he's like probably like a little taller than I am. And he gets up and he looks like he's gonna like have all these like great amazing things to say, and his voice is so high. So my first thought as a mom is, dear sweet Jesus, why didn't someone get him voice lessons just to speak? Because life cannot be easy. He's just completely using his upper range octave. It was so funny. And then in a split second, it took like, because when you're a comic, you may not be able to share the joke right away if it's really something like horrible, but you got it in like 12 seconds. And I've really grown to appreciate that with like the people that I hang around with. You actually see their heads go, blink, got it. So I'm standing back there and I'm watching this poor man with his Pee Wee Herman voice trying to be passionate about the
Pee
situation.
Wee Herman voice.
What was it? It was
like Elmo. It was Elmo. The guy was on helium.
And in like 15 seconds, I see like within 8 comics lean into each other, saying the joke, everyone laughing, and I just got to watch this like the world of ants, like think, think. Everyone had a joke in 15 seconds, and they leaned into their comic friends saying it. It was like just the funniest thing.
Tartaglione was in front of me. He just turns around and he says, "Don't laugh, don't laugh." It was probably the first time. Well, it was one of the times I didn't mind wearing a mask because nobody can see me laughing unless you see the shoulders shaking. But other than that,
you just saw a whole crowd of people go.
I'm just standing there, I'm like, but I could at least let the smile out because nobody can see it. But I was one of the worst ones. Because I couldn't laugh, so the tears are coming out. Yeah, this guy, he walks up to the podium and he's got this face. And all of a sudden, "Hey everybody, I'm here today to talk about," and everybody just sort of looking around.
And I was like, oh, this poor guy. Why has no one helped him?
Yeah, right.
And then you guys were like, and then everyone's like laughing.
If you're a baseball fan, I'll I don't know how many people are out there baseball fans,
Mike
but
Tyson spoke.
Well, yeah, kind of like that. But I always think about, if you're around my age and you enjoy baseball, you remember George Foster. This guy,
I don't.
He was on the Cincinnati Reds. He came to the Mets later on as his career was starting. But when he was on the Mets, this guy effortlessly would just smack home runs left and right. He was part of the big red machine, as they called him in the 70s when they were winning a lot of championships. This guy had the meanest face. George Foster, he just had this mean look about him. And you would see him on TV, you hear about him, and then, this was the 70s and 80s before internet. You didn't have access to everything. So one day watching TV, and we're watching some sports show, and they're about to interview him. So we stopped what we were doing. We said, "Oh, we got to hear what this guy sounds like, because he's badass." So they're talking to him, and you see this face. The interviewer, the reporter's asking the questions. He's just standing there with that face. They put the mic to him to get. "Well, I'll tell you something, Mr. Bob Costas. I think that." And we were laughing for years.
For a second, don't you think he's just kidding around? And then all of a sudden you realize he's not.
So this guy, I don't know who he was, and I apologize, but yeah, we didn't hear a word he said because we were just too busy laughing. But yeah, that was great. So yeah, it was a lot of fun yesterday, and a good cause as well. So yeah, it was good to see everybody.
It was really nice to see everyone.
Yeah, because nobody's, we're not at the studio, and that was the thing doing this.
Les Deegan was there.
Les Deegan showed up for a few minutes, right? Adam Snare showed up. Mario was there. We mentioned Michelle Fox. Mary Capone was there. Mary Capone yelled at me.
Why?
I'll tell you later.
What did you do?
Because something I said.
Sorry, Mary.
Yeah, so it was just, and Big Time Tommy was there.
Oh, jeez.
This was, what? What do you
Just
say?
him, like, he's like, some people are just, and I don't mean this in a weight, like, that way. I just mean, like, some people are bigger than life, you know, and they just, wherever they go, you notice them. And he pulls up in this, I'm sure you'll describe the
big truck.
car with a big cigar hanging out of his mouth. And he's just like, you just notice certain people. You just can't help it.
And he's right out of The Sopranos. There was one section by the club where it was just a bunch of, guys that looked like they just walked out of The Sopranos, sitting in their lawn chairs, smoking. Like you don't even know they're there almost, because they're just. So that was a little section, but Tommy's sitting. So he's sitting in his chair and he just holds up his thing, and it just says, "I just want to hold a sign." That's what it says. So he's just sitting there.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was funny. He's a funny guy, Tommy. I like him. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm just here to hold a sign. He says, "I'm just here to hold a sign."
But Eric Haft was there.
Oh yeah.
Lots of great people. So it was because we haven't seen anybody. So it was fun doing the show from there yesterday, because we got to do the show with people, live people. Which when was that we did that last March?
Yeah.
We were not talking to them on the screen, but actually talking to them face to face. So that was
middle of March.
And you know who was there but didn't come over to join us during the show was Carla Okerson.
What? No, I saw her.
She was there, but
not during the show. Yeah.
She did not come to join us during the show. She started walking around doing stuff.
Oh, she was busy.
Carla. Well, she said she was coming though.
Oh, did she?
Oh, I met Mike Keegan's dad. He was there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That must have been nice.
Yeah, it was cool.
Mike's so nice. Like, I always think to myself, like, I wonder how the parents are, because they raised such a nice young man.
And Carla did not fight with anybody that I saw. So I was surprised.
Oh, well.
I was surprised to see that. But yeah, it was a good time, and they're going to do more. They're going to do more rallies as time goes on until they open it up. I mean, even while we were there yesterday, everybody found out that the casinos are not allowed to open.
Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah, and a lot of casinos bring in entertainment, which I'm sure they're not now, but it just doesn't make sense. A casino, where everybody's touching, the machines and whatnot.
Yeah.
You're telling me these vending machines are going to be wiped down after every single time somebody walks away from them?
Right.
The comedy clubs are completely safe. I don't.
Yeah.
Especially Governors here on Long Island. They, again, we've said it a million times. They've been following all the protocols and doing what they got to do. So it's really it's kind of sad. Yeah. I want to go back. I saw Will Sharon asked a question before. Where'd it go? Who's the guy in the orange security vest and hat that looked like a Benny Hill character? That was Jimmy Maestro, who watches us a lot. Seemed like a nice guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he did remind me of at the Met games. They got the cowbell guy.
Yeah, but he wasn't an annoying cowbell guy like the Mets. I can't stand that.
Yeah, I can't stand that guy either.
Freaking guy. It's like watching a losing game isn't bad enough. I have to listen to cowbell guy.
Cowboy. Now, Will, you went to the first rally. We weren't there. But Jimmy Maestro, his cowbell was there. But this time, he's like, he one-upped it. Because not only did he have his cowbell and his vest, but this time he also had a harmonica.
Oh, wow. But he's not annoying.
Thankfully,
there's nothing annoying about him.
Yes, thankfully I only heard him play it once.
Oh, I like the harmonica. I do.
That guy sounded like the priest in The Princess Bride. Talking about the politician.
Oh, yeah. It was a little even more high-pitched than that, I gotta tell you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Carol Miner, hello, Carol, hope you're feeling good.
Like, I just had this feeling of wanting to save him.
Jeff Boche, so glad Mickey Mouse stopped by to talk. He really gave a great speech. Danielle Asher said, she's laughing too, just thinking about it. She said she had the good fortune of standing next to Rich Rada when that was happening. Yeah, Raider came walking up to me towards the end of that while that guy was still talking, right?
Yeah.
He came, and he said the same thing about the helium. I'm mad I didn't get any helium. Will Sharon like the George Foster reference. Cool. What video? Where do I find it? You know what? The video of the politician. I'm assuming.
Oh, I don't know.
There might be video of it. I'll get back to you on
Maybe
that.
Governors has it on their website. Man, my forehead is like a tomato.
It was a great show yesterday. Thank you, Carol. Thanks. And again, hope you're feeling good. We are counting the Elio phone call episode as the last in-studio guest show. Oh, what do you mean? Were there other people there? I want to make sure I thank Carla. She was so nice to my girls. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, Will Sharon says he can't stand cowbell guy either.
Oh, at the Mets game? He's so annoying. Like,
Yeah.
he annoys the fans and the Mets. Like, can't you find a little pocket of other, team players to annoy? Like, don't annoy us while we're enjoying a game.
Will Sharon said he, at the last one, he stayed away from anyone who was there for photo ops. That's great. I did a photo bomb yesterday. I think
Yeah,
it was.
you're good at that.
Was it Michelle Fox and Haft? Was it?
Yeah,
It
I
might
think
have been.
so. You have a skill set in that.
So so there's going to be more rallies. So I think we'll go live from all of them from now on.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
fun.
why not?
We-
We probably should have stayed on longer, but we didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, we could have. We could have
We
stayed
were
on longer.
burning.
Oh yeah, and our apologies to Felix. Felix, if you guys were trying to watch yesterday for Felix, he we're
Well,
not sure what he did, but he messed something
He
up.
didn't hit a button he should have hit. What are
Right.
you apologizing?
Well,
to
no, I'm
Felix
apologizing
for?
to them that they missed it.
No, you said I'm apologizing to Felix.
No,
Or for Felix.
for Felix. I'm
Okay.
apologizing for Felix to you guys if you guys wanted to see it and you didn't get to see it because he had technical difficulties and couldn't get on. And we also spoke to one politician. I have his name. I'll get it to you. He agreed to come on our show. We might go to his office. He works for Joe.
Someone-
He works for Joe Saladino, who's a town of Oyster Bay politician. So yeah, he agreed to come on the show. We might try and get him on next week. So maybe we'll go to his office and do the show and hear what he has to say about the comedy clubs and the state of things. And
Yeah, if he came out to support, that's really good news.
yeah, there were a lot of
There are a lot of
good-
politicians
yeah.
trying to support this because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so that was nice. And then one of the owners of Governors, James Dolce, he was on Good Day New York on Fox yesterday.
How do you say his last name?
What'd you?
So weird.
Well, yeah, because on Fox they didn't know how to say it.
No one gets
James
it right.
Dolce.
Dolce. And then after that they just say, and James.
Yeah, the rest of the interview, she would say, what was the other politician? Oh, Philip Boyle. Senator Phil Boyle of New York is with us. Thank you. Yes, Senator Boyle. And James, what do you think? And even at the end, Senator Boyle, thank you for coming on. And James, thank you for coming on. All right, so that's so again, thanks for watching with us yesterday. Again, thanks to Rodia. Anthony Rodia, he brought us big numbers yesterday.
Yeah,
So
thank you. We should just kidnap him and tie him to
our chair and
to
just
the
make him do our show.
podium and
He's got a loyal following, and they're good people. So thank you for supporting him and supporting us with Govs Radio. So some big news that we didn't get to cover yesterday because we were live from the comedy club was the passing of Tom Seaver.
oh yeah,
That was
very sad.
yeah. I don't know if anybody. It was kind of a shock because I don't know if anybody knew it was coming. But at the same time, it wasn't a shock because it was it was out there that he was not well.
What was he ill from?
He had dementia.
Oh, then he had a good run. Like the last thing you want to, like if I had dementia, I would not want to be sticking around till I'm 90.
Well, if you have dementia, you don't even know you have it.
Yeah, but just before you
Well-
you get into it, you have like those those couple of years where you know how it's going.
Hello, Andrew Fremder.
He had a good run, 70 something.
He was 75, which is the same age as my mother. Shh, she has dementia. Don't tell her.
She
He
doesn't-
was
she
Tom
doesn't
Seaver.
know- like Tony's mommy doesn't know she has dementia, so.
Tom Seaver he had a good run. I mean, he lasted a really, really long time. He just, you know,
So
he
long.
was so old. It's shocking he made it that far.
Not many people do.
Yeah, not me. Yeah. But he also had COVID. He also came down with COVID.
Oh, did he really?
But I'm sure the dementia wasn't helping. One of those baseball players that you just kind of knew the name, even if you weren't a sports fan, you still knew that name, Tom Seaver.
Yeah, no one had anything bad to say about
Oh
him.
no, he was a fantastic pitcher, a class act, known as the franchise. That was his nickname in the Mets organization because he really did. The Mets, they built a winning team around him. They won their first World Series title because of him, and he stayed with the Mets for several years. And you know, he was you never forget that first one that, you know, in anything, the first one to accomplish something, the first one that becomes that franchise guy. You never forget that. So.
Had a cute little family. Like I remember even in my 20s, like looking at their little family. I'm like, they actually look like little Barbie and Ken.
Why do you keep saying they're little? They were taller than you.
Well, everyone knows.
Yeah. So that was sad. We again with dementia, you knew it was coming eventually, but I don't think anybody, at least it wasn't public, that he was really, you know, towards the end. In fact, his daughter posted a picture yesterday, and she said it was one of the last pictures she took of him. And for a guy as old as 75, I mean that old. I mean he looked good. He didn't look 75. There are other people who really look 75. He didn't. He didn't look it.
She's gonna beat you.
She's gonna beat me. She can't even get out of the chair. She's gonna throw something.
She's gonna throw the chair at you.
So that's the fastest I ever saw her get up. Here it comes. Yeah, so that was sad. A sad day for us Met fans. Do you remember my brother? Do you remember my brother?
Do you remember him?
She has dementia, so I have to ask her. I forget what year it was, but we went to a charity softball game.
He told me about that yesterday.
Oh, he did. It was, I think it was early '90s. I think it was. The 1969 Mets were playing the Huntington Fire Department in a charity softball game, and they had. I mean, it wasn't just.
Wow.
Oh yeah, and it wasn't just.
Like what they use, like was that at their field, or was it, you know, just local here?
Well, the '69 Mets, they played in 1969. They don't have a field.
No, I mean, was it at Shea Stadium?
No.
Or, okay.
No, it was. No, it was in Huntington somewhere. It was a Huntington Fire Department. It was in Huntington, and they didn't just bring in, you know, the guys you never heard of. They had everybody on, just about everybody on that team that was still alive. Tommy Agee was there, and Cleon Jones was there, Jerry Grody, Ron Swoboda, Ed Kranepool, Bud Harrelson, Tom Seaver. I mean, they were all there, and it was really a thrill for us as Met fans because. My brother was 2 when they won the World Series. I wasn't even born yet in '69. So this was, I mean, but of course we appreciated these guys. Most of them, a lot of them still played after '69, so we got to see them in some fashion. But this was our first time to see the '69 Mets and close up. We were right there. We were right behind the backstop, and we were watching this game. So it was nice and up close, and it was really. It was a lot of fun. We had a blast, and the game hadn't started yet, right?
Okay.
And we're standing at the backstop. The Mets are on the field, and they're warming up, and Seaver's pitching, and it's softball, so he's just doing. And plus, these guys, you know, this is 25 years after they won the championship, so they're at this point probably in their 50s, 60s. So they're not in the greatest shape, you know. So it's softball, you know. So they're just, you know, taking it easy, but. Bud Harrelson was standing behind the catcher with his back to Seaver because he was talking to somebody through the fence. Just standing there talking to somebody. So Seaver, and I remember this like it was yesterday, and we watched this, not knowing what was going to happen. But Jerry Grody is the catcher, and Seaver goes like this to Grody, tells him to move. So Grody didn't know what was going on, but he did. He moved out of the way. Seaver does a full windup, overhand, regular pitch, bam, nails Harrelson right in the back of the head. Harrelson turns around, looks at Seaver, and just goes like this. And Seaver goes, tell him to get out of there.
Wow.
We couldn't believe
That's
it.
probably the only mean thing Seaver ever did in his whole life.
Which one thing I didn't know, watching Mets broadcasts and some of their coverage of Seaver's death yesterday, apparently he was a big prankster. I didn't know that. Apparently they said he was a fierce competitor, took the game and his job very seriously, but during downtime, apparently he had like an elementary school type level of humor.
Like he couldn't have robbed it?
No, I'm telling you, full wind up, overhand, boom. I mean, it wasn't, we're not talking about a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, but it was probably 50, 60. And in the back of the head. So yeah, we couldn't believe it. And then it was fun to watch because Tommy Agee, if you're a baseball fan, you know who Tommy Agee is. After he retired from baseball, he kind of really ballooned up. But then, shortly before this game, I don't know what he did, but he lost it all. Yeah. And he was back, he was in better shape than we were at the time.
People losing weight before they go back to their high school reunion.
Yeah, like exactly. So he lost all this weight, and there was one that I remember, maybe 2 at-bats, where he hit a good shots, and he was flying around the bases. I remember that was like the big talk. Everybody was, you see AJ, he's flying around like he's, like he's 25. And then I think it was like a year later he actually died. But yeah, we couldn't believe that. And then I remember too, there was one of the Huntington firemen were up at bat, and he hits a grounder to third base in routine play. And Wayne Garrett was playing third. He throws it to Cranepool, who's playing first. He catches it. This fireman, he was running as fast as he could down the line. I guess he wanted to make it a close play. He totally barrels over Ed Cranepool. And they both go tumbling down, and there's smoke, and, everybody's like, what the hell was that? I thought Cranepool was going to get up and deck this guy. It's a charity softball game. Who cares? But this guy totally barreled him over. Everybody's laying on the ground.
When you're like in your 60s, you don't want to like tackle by a fireman.
Yeah, it was a very strange thing. The fireman looked like a moron. But I'm sure, for my brother, so they played. I think they played maybe 6 innings. So after the game, because again I don't remember what the charity was, but because who cares? But to raise more money, and Seaver agreed to do it. For $25, you can go up to the plate and face Seaver. I think everybody got 5 pitches against him, and it didn't matter if you hit the ball, good pitches, bad pitches, just 5 pitches. But I didn't do it. I don't remember why I didn't do it, but my brother did it, and that was a big thrill for him, and that was kind of cool. I mean, that's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So that if you're a baseball fan, especially if you're a Met fan, that was a big deal.
Why wouldn't you do that?
I don't remember why I didn't do it.
How old were you?
I was in my early to mid 20s. Maybe I didn't have $25 on me. I don't know, but my brother did, and he loved it. And my brother, I don't know why, he was a big Seaver fan. I don't really know why, because again, Seaver was a little before. We got to see him play in the 70s, but still wasn't. So so that's a sad day for the Met fans.
Yeah.
Tom Seaver actually passed Alzheimer's. I thought it was dementia. Well, same thing, basically, right?
Well, Alzheimer's is a disease, and dementia is like a symptom.
Oh, okay. A great Met, says Carol Miner.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron White is watching. Hello, Aaron White. Hope things are well over there in Oregon. Taz is watching. Hello, Taz. Taz, we mentioned yesterday. Whoops. We mentioned yesterday that you have a birthday coming up. Taz is going to be 13. A couple of weeks. Again, a couple of weeks. Taz's birthday, so we're going to celebrate.
We're going to draw you pictures.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we'll all draw you pictures, and then you'll spend the whole entire day realizing how talented you are.
We should get some of the Govs Radio people to draw a picture, and then Taz has to guess who drew it.
Well, you can't really tell who's good at art and who isn't, so it would be a good test,
The fireman that ran over Ed Cranepool was probably a Yankee fan, says Carol Mine. Or a Boston Red Sox fan. Tom Seaver was on the Boston Red Sox in '86 when the Mets kicked their butts. Boston Red Sox. The Mets won.
I have no allegiance to them.
Oh, you know what? You were here in '86 when the Mets won.
Was it?
Yeah, it was '86. Were you? Oh no, you were gone, weren't you?
I think I was.
You were gone.
I
So
think
you
I
were
was
rooting
gone.
for who? The L.A. Dodgers?
Let me think. 86.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Where were you in '86?
You know, I might have still been New York. Only I think I was in
Upstate?
Syracuse.
Oh, all right.
Syracuse or Albany. Yeah. One or the other.
They beat
Maybe
your.
Albany.
They beat your Boston Red Sox. Yeah. Yeah. Tom Seaver was on the Red Sox in '86 when the Mets won. Not many people know that. He wasn't. He was hurt, so he wasn't on the World Series roster.
Oh.
That might have been his last year of play, actually.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it was '87. He tried to come back to the Mets, but it didn't work out. So, all right, so that's that. Yeah, Tom Seaver passing away. That's sad. But now the big news. I don't know if you're aware of this. Oh, did you have something? Go ahead.
No, go shoot.
Mine. This is quick. And I'll
No,
see what you got.
I don't really care. It's fun. I don't have anything that's crazy important.
This is huge news right here.
huge.
I don't know if you guys have heard this, but coming out of the Vatican. Have you heard Have you heard about the Vatican? What they did?
Coming out of the Vatican,
It's news.
Oh.
News from the Vatican.
all their gold. I don't know.
What?
The only thing I think about the Vatican is money and the Pope. Sorry.
They declared something to be a Catholic classic.
A Catholic classic.
They labeled something a classic, a Catholic classic. Any ideas?
The Pope Mobile.
The Pope Mobile. Ken Pichel was in Troy when the Mets won in '86. Carol Minus is the '86 Dream Team. Yeah, it was a fun team, man. What a great year. Anybody out there? Anybody know what we're talking about? You know, maybe I'll sit on this for a second and let some of the comments come in. See if anybody heard what the Vatican labeled a Catholic classic. Yeah, I'll let you guys comment, and we'll move on.
Yeah, the
for
only
now.
thing I had that, and I'm just gonna paraphrase, so don't hold me to anything. But I was reading that police officers we've lost 101 police officers in America this year to COVID. Isn't that sad? And
Yeah.
there's still more that even have it. And they
And
were
that's-
saying that it's even more than if you take all other ways we've lost police officers this year, all other reasons, that's only 87 officers. It's a lot of police officers dying, but
And that's what, because they're on duty and they're still going into people's houses for
maybe
whatever reason?
they well, who knows how they're getting it, but I think about that too. If you get pulled over, if I was a state trooper and I had to pull someone over and they coughing in the car, I don't know. I feel like, carry on. I don't need to give you a ticket.
Coughing in the car with Tom
Coughing in the
Galati.
car. Yeah. So yeah, and it's actually getting close to the officers that died during the one day of 9/11. It's getting close to that because there are officers that are still even sick.
Well, right, and this thing is nationwide as opposed to 9/11 was just here.
Yeah.
Carol Miner's been wanting to tell you that she loves your haircut.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you for even noticing. I don't really get it cut very often. But thank you.
Yeah, that's it. But it is nationwide, right? You said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of which, did you hear SUNY Oneonta?
Yeah.
They've had to close already. School just started. A lot of colleges just opened up, but SUNY Oneonta, I think, did you bring this up on here the
I
other
said
day?
it last week. Yeah.
Right, but what was the number?
The amount of staff and students.
They shut it down because, how many?
I think it was 20, 25.
No, it was. I think at the time it was closer to 100, but now,
Oh wow.
as of last night, it's up to 400.
Yeah, it happens really quick.
And then here on Long Island, Merrick, Smithtown, and Islip, those three school districts, they haven't even opened yet, and they already have teachers who have reported having it.
Yeah, 'cause
or getting it since the teachers have started reporting to school.
Yeah, you know how teachers go back in the week early and get their classrooms all ready? Like, they're sick. And the kids haven't even walked through the door yet. I'm worried. Like, I know Kevin wanted to go back every other day, but
And I hope there's no second wave garbage.
there's going to be a second wave of garbage.
See, you're just negative, and you're spreading your negativity
I'm
like
realistic.
COVID.
I've been realistic about this thing.
No, you're sourpuss
since
Sally.
February, I've been realistic.
Remember we named her that a few weeks ago? Sourpuss sells seashores by the seashells.
Yeah.
Sally.
Yeah. Mm.
No, it is not the Bob fodder. It is not the big pointy hats.
What is it?
You want to know, yeah?
Yeah.
The Vatican has labeled a Catholic classic the Blues Brothers movie.
Really?
You did see that? Yep.
So meaning what? Explain.
Meaning that
Like they love it?
Yeah, like they love it. It's it's okay to watch that kind of thing.
That's really cute.
That's really cute, she
Yeah.
said. And I agree, by the way.
I'm not
It is a
Catholic,
Catholic
but I think
classic.
the Pope you people have now. You're very lucky.
The Pope you people have.
You Catholic people.
The Pope of the people.
He's a keeper. He's a really, really good guy.
Well, of course
I like
he's a
him.
keeper. It's a lifetime
I know,
title.
but there's been times where I'm like,
Has anybody ever quit or given it up or retired from it?
Benedict did.
Who?
Benedict?
Well, Benedict a couple of popes ago.
Yeah.
Benedict Arnold?
He
Pretty much,
left.
huh?
But then he died just like a month later, didn't he?
died, I don't remember.
Oh, is he still alive?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
He's just dead to you.
So yeah, he is a cool Pope.
Yeah,
The cool Pope.
he is. I think he does
Yeah, see,
great things.
That's
and
what I would
think
do
when
if
people-
I was when I become Pope, which isn't far off. I wouldn't make my name like John Paul or Benedict. I would just say no. My little minions. you just call me the cool Pope.
The cool Pope.
The cool Pope. CP. The cool Pope. What? The Padula Show Consumable Nonsense Podcast gives Tony and Sally 10 on a scale of 5. Good entertainment. Keep up the good work. Well,
Thanks, James.
Thanks, James Padula. Post a link where we can see your show. And we will check it out, and we'll give you a rating, too. And it'll be a great rating, I'm sure. But thanks for that. Very nice. Check out all the great shows on govsradio.com. That's right. And it makes, she points out, it makes sense that the Blues Brothers gets the thumbs up from the Vatican because they were on a mission from God. That was the whole point of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
They were on a mission from God to get the band back together. And even, Reverend James Brown, he showed John Belushi the light. It was a very spiritual movie. It changed my life. You ever seen that movie? Yeah, see?
Well, now that the Pope's giving
Now
it a
she'll watch it.
blessing, now
I
she's
don't
going
like
to be.
You didn't like Belushi? He didn't like you either.
I didn't really like him either.
Really? You didn't like John Belushi?
Well,
How do you not like John
I
Belushi?
like Jim.
You like Jim Belushi.
yeah, me too.
He's the lesser talented of the two.
Yeah, but
He's saner.
John's like
He's saner.
he was really
Oh, is that what? He did drugs.
he was really sexist.
James Belushi, John Belushi was sexist.
Yeah, I asked Tina Fey. I read her book.
But she knew John Belushi. She
Talked
came around
about
20 years later.
she talked about how when he was on Saturday Night Live,
Yeah.
because she was a writer on Saturday Night Live.
Not when he was there.
Right, but she said that it was a policy that he would never do a skit if it was written by a woman.
That's hearsay.
Well, not if it was a policy.
No, you're saying it was a policy when he was there.
Yeah.
Right. That's hearsay. She wasn't there. She didn't experience that.
But it was a policy. Are you like saying it wasn't true?
Are you saying it was still a policy when she was there?
No, I'm saying
Right.
that she talked about that, how coming up as a woman writer and stuff like that, like she felt really lucky and but there were, and these are the things that women had to go through before her time that she was thankful that she didn't have to deal with. And that was just one of the things that stuck in my mind.
Has Aykroyd ever said it? Did Gilda ever
Are
say
you
it?
saying it isn't true?
I'm saying
I'm not understanding what
I'm saying I won't believe it until I hear somebody that was there.
Now I'm mad at you.
Why?
I don't know. Why would you dispute something like that?
I just don't think it's right to talk about. It's all hearsay. She wasn't there for it. Somebody told me this is what he did. I can write a book like that.
All right.
Somebody told me you murdered a man back in.
I'm gonna murder one right now.
I'll hold it.
But
Go look it up and then argue with me. Don't argue with me just because I said it and it was a policy.
Oh,
at
but
the
that's
time.
but that's what I asked you. How did she know this? And you can't.
Because she was a writer that worked for the same industry, the same business.
But she wasn't even in the business at the time.
So just because she didn't experience it doesn't mean it didn't happen. That's like saying slavery didn't happen because she didn't live on a plantation.
All right, but that's what I'm saying. Then let me hear from somebody that was there. Fine. So we work at Gov's Radio. We heard that John Mulrooney, who, pretty much started the station, he used to eat farm animals right there,
It's
at
not
the station.
a rumor. It wasn't a rumor. It was a policy.
It is a rumor because she wasn't there for it. So it is a rumor. But that's what I'm asking you. Did she say Dan Aykroyd told me that? Did she say?
She probably talked to the other women writers who experienced it.
Okay, but and that's what I want to know.
I don't remember the book. I read it like 15 years ago.
Well, then don't say it.
Fuck alive.
You got to know your sources, man. If you're gonna come up with this stuff, and it's not her. I don't believe it's you. I'm kidding. I can say anything I want about anybody right now. I have to have sources. That's how it works.
You're so stupid.
Carol Miner, a Jewish girl, said she likes the Pope too. Oh, what's she doing?
Oops,
Ugh.
first one.
Jane Curtin talks
see that?
about.
It's
Jane
gone.
Curtin
Where'd it
talks
go?
about sexism. Yeah, I might have lost it. Yeah. So Curtin was asked who was the worst SNL guest she ever had to work with. That wasn't it.
That wasn't it.
They asked him about John Belushi, and she said he thought women shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
It really? All right. So all right. See now, so now it makes sense because
Oh.
Jane Curtin was there.
Okay.
Yeah, it totally makes sense
Yeah,
now.
we're waiting for the apology.
An apology.
Sorry, I just ripped you for the last 10
I didn't
minutes.
rip you. I ripped Tina Fey. I didn't rip you.
Yes, she did.
No, I
You
didn't.
just
I
told
ripped
me I
Tina Fey.
shouldn't bring something up
Well-
unless I have.
That's right. Unless you know your
Facts.
sources. You're right. I did.
So can you apologize now?
Why? You didn't have the sources. My mother saved your ass. So that's weird, though, that he would say that.
Yeah, that's what's weird.
What?
That's what's weird.
Yeah, that he would say that. I find that. I believe it because Jane Curtin was there. I find it sad, but I'm surprised because he worked with women. He worked with Lorraine Newman. He worked with what's her name? You're holding it like
I'm
it's.
trying
I know,
not to lose it.
Because it gets lost when you move it.
Yeah, because he worked with these people. He worked with Gilda. He worked with Jane Curtin. Yeah. See, when I click on it to read it, I don't know what is.
I guess what I would have wanted you to know is that if I read a book and 15 years ago and I felt comfortable enough to bring it up years later, even though I didn't have the actual source in my head, that you would just, be like, oh, that's really interesting, Sallie, and go from there like you are now.
I was just saying that it's hearsay.
It wasn't hearsay. She had her own sources. I just didn't know the sources because I read the book a long time ago.
Right, but you should have them. We do our research here. We bring factual information. Well, now
You wonder why I'm gray.
it's gone.
Yeah, it goes away quick.
See, they make up these things and then they hand me something that I can't even read. So I don't know what they're talking about.
So it's a lie.
No, I am surprised to hear that because he worked with Gilda and Jane Curtin and
Yeah,
Gilda.
he made it really difficult.
Did he make it difficult for them as performers?
I don't know. Because notice if I don't know the exact information.
Right, then you say, "I
won't
don't
just
know."
blurt it out of my mouth.
Yeah.
But when I do know the information that's correct, be nice if I was believed.
Carol Myers says Sallie smacked his Irish face.
I don't hurt my Irish face, sensitive skin. Hey, Christopher, Chris Monty's watching. Says, gotta know
Hey,
your
Chris.
facts. He says, gotta know your facts, he says. See, I could say Chris Monty has temper tantrums on the set of Everything That's Old Is New Again, and Rich Walker hates him. You know, I could say that. But I need the facts. I need the sources to back me up.
I have the sources.
You weren't able to
me
back
up.
it up. You said, Tina Fey told me when we had dinner.
I'm so mad right now.
You kind of gonna have a Tina Fey thing with these glasses.
Yeah.
Chris Monty, hope you're doing well, pal. Hope everything's good with you. What else?
Yeah, I love watching his skits with Rich Walker. Oh, we saw Rich Walker yesterday too.
Yeah, that's right. Rich was there yesterday too.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he's a bunch of great guys. That was that's one of the things we really like about Governors. We've become friendly with a lot of great people.
They're so funny. Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. You got what? You have nothing else?
Well, I didn't really pack a lot because I figured we weren't here yesterday, really, and I figured he had a bunch of stuff. But the other thing I was going to bring up is Batman is.
Oh yeah.
Batman's going to be postponed.
No, this is very.
This is very important.
This is unsettling news. Batman doesn't get sick. I mean, if Batman gets COVID, well, then we're done. We're finished.
You think it's like a COVID was the.
The work of the Joker.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that.
They kind of touched upon that. What was that? The first Michael Keaton Batman, right? Was that the one where Nicholson? Yeah, he spread that disease and people couldn't shower for weeks and weeks because there was something in the water system.
No, it wasn't in the water system. It was really kind of genius.
Oh, it was in cleaning products.
Or any type of even facial cream and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And how you would clean yourself, you put a chemical in that would burn your face. So, and I just love this one scene in the middle of the movie where the newscasters that are usually the most beautiful people on the face of the earth, all made up and
They're
stuff.
all disheveled.
And they've got their hair sticking out and they got pimples all over their face. I thought that was so funny.
So basically it's just the whole thing's a hoax and it's just somebody copying the movie. But yeah, that's horrible. Batman is sick. So they had to halt production of the next Batman movie. What's his name? Pattinson. Robert Pattinson.
I don't even know where it was. I know the production was out in Hollywood, I think, for a while, and I think they moved it to England, and it might have been in England where the started.
Yeah, he's English, so I don't know if that.
They were there for a couple of weeks, and then they noticed a couple of people on the staff had it.
I know. I was talking the other day to a guy I know, who's an actor, and it'd be kind of
Robert De Niro.
I can't.
Ah.
Don't say his name.
Okay.
Bob. We call him BD. So we were talking about I forget what movie it was, but some movie set that where production started up again. Sure enough, within a couple of weeks, a crew member actually died from COVID. So of course that as a lot of sets and movies and TV shows trying to get going again, sure enough, then you have this one crew member. I think it was out in L.A. that died. But this guy was telling me something I never even thought about. He said a problem that movie sets are having with opening is that the insurance companies, they don't want to cover it right now because they're afraid that, just like it happened, that somebody's going to get it quick and
they can't count on it. Yeah.
Right, and they're going to lay out all sorts of crazy money to for the crew and the actors, if they get sick. So that was something I thought that was interesting. I didn't even think about that. So a lot of them can't get going again, surely for insurance purposes.
And
That's
what's
crazy.
the point if we're not like seeing movies anymore anyway?
Well, but that's not entirely true. Like,
Because there's plenty of movies that we still haven't seen yet. Like I don't want 15,000 movies to choose from the first week movie theaters
yeah,
open.
but that's what I'm saying, and it's not entirely true because in other parts of the country, movie theaters are open. That movie Tenet, 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 is that it? I think with Denzel Washington's son, where things are backwards instead of I forget what the movie's about.
Yeah.
That movie.
I think that movie would. I don't think I'd like that movie.
All right, but that movie's been released in
Okay.
certain parts of the country where movie theaters are open. That movie's released.
Is it doing well?
I have no idea, but I would think it wouldn't because it stinks because there are parts of the country like New York where movie theaters aren't open.
Mm-hmm.
So this movie, so if there's somebody, not Sallie, who wants to really see this movie, you can't because it's not on Netflix. It's in the theaters, so you have to drive to another state to see the stupid movie.
It's probably a movie I'm gonna have to see twice. Like the first time I saw The Matrix, I was like, "Holy balls! I cannot figure out what the heck what they're doing." Like it was really. And then I saw it again, and then I mean, I loved it anyway. But like when I saw it again, everything kind of made sense. Like the first time, I'm like, I don't know where they're in spaceships.
But that's my point. You can't watch it twice
Yeah.
because you can't go to a theater to see this movie.
Yeah.
So, so it's very scary that Batman has COVID.
I still want to see Black Widow. That was one of the first movies postponed.
How do we know they really are your friends, Tony? Have they all said that?
Yeah. How do we know that? Do we have like proof of that, or is it just hearsay that this friend of yours is your friend? Because I'm going to need a lot more sources than
Well-
believing you, who I know so well. But I guess
Well, Ken Pichelle says, you know what matters in regard to information? Years. The years matter. The Rock and his whole family have COVID.
Who said that? I want to.
Carol Miner said that. Right. You had mentioned that the other day, didn't
What?
you? That the Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
Has. Yeah. See, but he's not Batman.
His whole family had it. His little kids had
And
it.
they're
Him
all-
and his wife had it.
And they're going to be fine. In fact, I
Yeah.
think they're already past it, aren't they?
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
they had a rough time.
And Dwayne Johnson, he's the Rock. Big deal. I'm just not a fan.
He's the tooth fairy.
He's a moron.
He's the tooth fairy.
Who cares though? We're talking about Batman here. Batman.
Yeah.
The Batman.
Not just Batman, right? Not the Batman.
Some people refer to him as the Batman.
No one does that.
Plenty of people do that.
No.
Oh, see now you are just dead wrong.
Mm.
And I'm sure many of our friends will back me up on that.
Mm.
It's in some of the movies. They'll say, where's the
Unless I
Batman?
have sources, there's no way I can believe anything that comes out
I'm
of
telling you
your
my
mouth.
sources, the movies. The actual
Sorry.
movies, they say. Go watch them.
It's just not right now.
You have to no, right now.
I'm just gonna think everything you say is you're just a liar.
Maybe a quarter.
Nope.
They say it. I'm sure you guys can back me up before we even say goodbye. Hey, Mike Scudero. My friend drove all the way to Danbury, Connecticut to see that movie Tenet. Really?
Wow. Did they love it?
Yeah, was it
I
worth
saw
it?
that. I watched the preview. I mean, it seems fine. It just seems really like all over the place.
Carol Miner's son Zach is back at work at AMC, so they opened them up. Weren't you guys having a big resurgence in Texas?
Yeah, Texas. Didn't you guys get clobbered for a while?
So, but the movie theaters are open. My mother wrote Q.
I did it by mistake.
Yeah, Andrew Fremder. Christopher
Hi,
Nolan
Mike.
is working on another Dark Knight trilogy involving Robin. If you remember in the third movie, the Batman disappeared. See, Andrew Fremder said the Batman disappeared.
I'll just have to see sources, because why would I believe anything anyone says?
Because we told you. Because it's right there.
Oh, okay.
We told you what our sources are. You couldn't tell us your sources.
I did. I said Tina Fey. Why would she put something in a book that wasn't true?
And I asked you that. I said, who told her this? And you didn't know.
How would I don't remember.
Well, you should.
You're such a dick.
So yeah, Andrew Fremder says there's now a Robin trilogy that's coming. And yes, I do remember the end of that movie.
Oh, who's
Robin
gonna play
finding
it?
the Batcave. In that movie, it was what's his name? what's that guy's name? The actor who played in the last Batman movie. He was
Not
also
with George Clooney. Who's the Batman with George Clooney?
No, the last one that came out. Not the Ben Affleck one. The last Christian Bale Batman movie.
I don't even remember.
Jay Gordon something? Is that his name?
Okay.
You'd know him if you saw him.
All right.
Yeah, he was.
So he's going to do the movie?
Well, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. In that Christian Bale movie, he was Robin before Robin became Robin, but he was that character. But that movie was, geez, when was that movie? It was probably 10 years ago now. So I don't know if he would still play it, or if they're going to get somebody else. Anyway, that would be cool. A cool trilogy. They haven't really covered Robin too much in these movies. Robert Pattinson is not a real Batman.
Tim Drake? Does that make sense?
Maybe. I don't know who Tim Drake is.
It says current Robin, 2019.
Oh, okay.
All right. Sorry.
Robert Pattinson is not a real Batman, so that's no real facts either, says Carol Miner.
I liked him in Twilight.
I never saw those.
Yeah, you would hate it. You would completely hate it. You would just be looking around like.
Oh, he's in this Tenet movie, isn't he? Robert Pattinson, isn't he in that movie?
I don't know.
I think he is.
I don't know.
But Mike Scudero, thanks for checking in. Hope you're well, pal. And that's it. It's 12:07 just about.
He used to end it this way too.
I just want to make sure you're okay.
Beginning, middle, end.
Did you say spaghetti? Spaghetti?
Nope.
What's going on this weekend? Oh, you know what? Very exciting this week. Very excited this weekend. Sallie gets rid of me for a day. Knockem the Comedy's working. We have 3 shows this weekend, as a matter of fact. A game show and 2 murder mysteries. So we're very excited about that. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Enjoy your 3-day weekend. Although some of you have been enjoying the 6-month weekend. But we are going to be on Labor Day. Oh, it's going to be the premiere of our Mad Lyrics Monday.
All right. Okay.
I got a busy weekend.
That'd be fun. I really like this idea.
All right, I hope it works.
Okay.
Mad Lyrics Monday, where it's Mad Libs, but since other people have stolen our ideas.
And are you using verbs, adjectives? What are you using?
I might just go with words that rhyme with the actual word, so that we can still do the lyrics.
Give people the assignment of learning what an adverb is, but if they don't have to do that, good.
All right.
Good.
And we'll try. I'll prepare 2 or 3, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So that's on Monday. So we are here Monday at 11. So hope you can still join us here at GovsRadio.com. Again, no put up, shut up, stand up this Saturday. So that means you won't see Andy Plajanos or Ken Pichelle. And then there's other guys, Don and Benny. You won't see them either. But Don did put out a video this morning because Professor Fedora was at the rally yesterday. Mm-hmm. So he put out, go to YouTube and you can see it. And I'll share it here at Govs Radio's Facebook page. I'll share it later. Hope everybody has a great weekend. So do we have any shows this weekend?
Nope.
Domestic Disturbance, are they on tonight?
I don't know if they're on.
Yeah, they weren't on Tuesday.
Yeah. Sorry.
So they're probably shooting for it.
I just let them do whatever they want to do.
So they might be on tonight, and then nothing on this weekend until we're back here on Monday at 11. So everybody enjoy your Labor Day weekend. We'll see you Monday, and everybody have a great weekend. Thanks for